Okay, sorry, start.
Given the score after 15 minutes, I guess it could have been worse.
Yeah, it just blew us away. I was just sometimes that happens. You don't like it to happen, and sometimes you just got to hang in for that. And that's what we've been doing. You know, you never know how a game's going to, what try is going to open the floodgates, and we've been able to, especially by half time, keep the points down from the opposition. But 15 minutes in the game, it was probably. Although to get back to within 10 points at half time, we didn't deserve to be there, so I was hoping that might have sparked us, but no, we were just outplayed by a better side tonight.
At 22-12, Cardi was almost willing for that next try to come, but then you're really right back in it, even though, as you just said, you probably didn't really deserve to be there, but you're one try away from being right back in it.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. You don't always get what you deserve in life, so it happens in a game of footy as well. We probably didn't deserve to be that close to them, but we were. And we probably started the second half the same way we started the first half. It was a bit just a poor discipline. We gave them a sixth again, and they scored. A little bit lazy on covering that kick, and they scored. And realistically, then it was always going to be real tough.
So the first 20 minutes, we had 20 missed tackles on that stage. Obviously, defensively, you guys just bit off.
I think when that happens, you've got to say that you weren't, you weren't quite prepared for the night. But I'm not going to take anything away from South. They're for me watching. They were red hot tonight, and they're the best side we've played this year.
John, everything's about Origin this time of year. What do you think of the Greg Bird being placed on the ball?
Yeah, well, it wasn't there was no hands between the leg. It was a traditional tackle. His legs did go high, but he landed safely, and hopefully he did say that not all lifting tackles are going to be charged. Sometimes a lifting tackle is a traditional rugby league tackle, and that initially that looked how that fall into that category.
Do you have any understanding as to whether you'd be able to include the Warriors game in any suspension or not, given that the team, he wouldn't be out, if he was playing New South Wales, wouldn't be able to play in that game. So would you be able to include that in a suspension or not?
I don't know. I think didn't they bring in a rule?
They put a rule in
with with Lottie Takiri years ago.
Yeah.
How's Ash obviously a bit groggy after that hit towards the end?
Yeah, no, he's not in a good way. He's a little bit dazed, but he's also, I think when his neck turned, he's done some soft tissue damage. So he'll go over there and get assessed. But he's got a very stiff neck at the moment as well.
Ryan Jankos, sternum injury?
I'm not sure, mate. I think he's had a bit of a shoulder problem for most of the year, and he may have re-injured that.
Mate, what do you think of the lunchtime?
We just didn't start with them at all. The first 20 was awful on our part. So it was, we did do a little bit there to get back in the game, but once they started rolling through our middle, it was hard to hang on.
Does it concern? Do you see sort of parallels to the Tigers game in terms of that sort of getting caught cold a bit at the start and being sort of so far behind the ankle you can't come back from it?
No, not at all. I think you do, but I didn't. I thought we were doing a bit there after the first 20 to get back into it. We did, but just didn't go on with it. I think just giving them silly repeat sets down our end and down our end, just stretching in the end. But obviously not starting good at it.
Mate, given South's history the last couple of years being a benchmark team and how well they played that first half, does that give you an indication of exactly where you need to be to perhaps be the best in this competition at that? And not many teams would be able to stop that sort of first 20 minute play.
Yeah, for sure. That first 20, I don't think, like Carter said, they're the best team that we've played this year. That first 20 was incredible for them. It was really hard to sort of get up and try and slow it down. When you got that sort of size and speed coming at you, it does take a little bit to get back on top. But we did that for a couple of sets, and we got the intercept try first up, but then I think we scored another try, some constructive sets. We just can't afford to give a team like South the lead, especially when they have players that can hurt you from any part of the field.
How much did that try just after half-time break, sort of take the momentum a bit away from you guys, because you're starting to sort of get your way back into it, and they scored straight after.
Yeah, right, our first set of D was fantastic, and then we they knocked the ball down just off the dummy half, and I think that's what took the sting out of us. So much to try, just trying to back up again, getting up another set.
John, obviously Zilly made his comeback tonight. What did you make of his game?
Oh, it's hard to judge anyone on a performance. You know, when you're going backwards all night. There was some effort there. We'll review it tomorrow, and we'll come up. What we saw, we can think we beat the Broncos, but it was it's hard to say anyone initially was good or wasn't so good, because it's very hard to impress when you're going backwards most of the night.
LB seemed to sort of cramp up a little bit towards the end there. How's he holding up? How's Aiden come through?
Yeah, like they've worked hard to get their injuries right, them boys, and they got themselves on the paddock. Probably not quite right, but that's part of being a first grade footballer. I know Southwood had several blokes out there, similar injuries who got through as well. So it's no good for us tonight, but it is part of learning to be a first grader. Is that you may be 100% fit first game of the year, but that's about it.
How do you see Brady's tackling? Is there any divided loyalties if there is a 2-week suspension instead of one?
Nah, that's a good tackle, man. Ask anyone in the game, that's a good tackle.
Thanks, folks.